My question is whether the fiscal reform recently adopted by Mexico's Congress will really help boost growth in this country.
Well, we have to look at the fiscal reform in the context of the entire package of structural reforms that the country's been adopting over the past year. This whole package of reforms will definitely help growth by strengthening the competitiveness of the economy. The fiscal reform plays an important role in this. In 2014, the additional tax revenues will support higher spending, which in turn can promote growth. And there's also a much more efficient tax system and a much stronger fiscal anchor, and both of these will help growth as well.
Looking at changes in government here in Mexico, perhaps this happens in other countries as well. How does this affect continuity in economic policy and the reform program?
Well, what's particularly impressive in this case is that this government has adopted a wide range of structural reforms in its first year, and it did so in the context of a broad political agreement that involved the three major political parties. And so by involving all three major political parties, the country is showing that it has broad commitment to macroeconomic stability and also to putting in place a process of structural reform that will strengthen competitiveness and growth over the medium term.
I want to know if we need here in Mexico a policy that will encourage a specific industry that will have a strong effect in creating employment.
Well, Mexico already has a very successful story to tell with its manufacturing sector. Since 2003, employment in the sector has grown by over 10%, and now Mexico is a leading exporter of cars and automotive parts to the United States. And this package of structural reforms that's being put in place right now is really designed to promote growth in any sector of the economy. A good example is the energy reform, as well as the plan to build a pipeline from the Texas border to the interior of the country. All of this will expand the supply of natural gas, and this can reduce electricity costs, and this in turn can help any sector in the economy.
In light of the imminent agreement of the Trans-Pacific Trade Partnership, could we say that North America is the new predominant force?
Well, Mexico has a very strong commitment to free trade. It already has 12 free trade agreements signed that involve 44 countries. And while its relations with the rest of North America are quite important, the Trans-Pacific Agreement has the potential to help Mexico quite a bit by diversifying its trading partners, especially with Asia, which is one of the more dynamic regions in the world. Now, having said this, you certainly want to make sure that any regional or bilateral trade agreement is consistent with the overall multilateral trading system.